You meet your 13-year-old self, but you can only tell them 3 words. What do you say and why? Bitcoin hits 50K. This is the most useful Bitcoin advice on here. Just telling me to buy it, I'd have ended up cashing out at $100. Bitcoin 50K 2021. So I wonder how many Bitcoin billionaires are time travelers? Some have postulated that's what the lotteries and Powerballs are for, to catch time travelers. Which explains why many suffer unsavory demises in one form or another. That's a lit conspiracy. Brush your teeth. Don't date. This was mine too. My first relationship was a whole PTSD experience, and though I learned a lot from it, it still haunts me. Same 100%. Unless there's something I could say to make enough money that I can cope with lol. Buy 1,000 Bitcoin. Best option only because lotto numbers would be more than 3 words. I've always said, if an older, fat, bald version of me stepped out of a portal from the future and gave me tips like invest in Bitcoin, it'd be pissed. You mean you came back from the future and I still have to go to work? And what the duck bro, we're fat and bald and this is where old me says actually that's your fucking fault. Now get back to work. Invest Amazon 2003. You heavily invest in the Amazon rainforest only to have 70% of it destroyed by 2030. You are destitute. I feel like I just watched an exchange of a text RPG from the late 90s. You have died of disenfranchisement. Don't trade Charizard. I wish I still knew where my holographic Charizard card was. The original I forgot the password to my Bitcoin wallet. Nat has herpes. Can you imagine? A portal from the future rends the fabric of reality, you see yourself aged and stressed, expecting the most profound moment of your life and, Nat has herpes. Not only that. It's the genital kind too. Damn, was hoping for the gentle kind. Get brother help. Edit. Hey all, I just want to say how touched I am by all of the replies to this. 3 words brought so many people together, that is amazing if you think about it. 3 words. Many interpretations, all revolving around a similar state of mind. I just want to add 3 more words and a gesture I think about daily when I think of my brother. I love you. Hug. Use these with family and friends as much as you can. Tomorrow can be too late. This sounds so sad to me. Whatever this means, I'm sorry. Printer was broken. Listen to dad. My mom was batshit insane and alienated her kids from dad. Would have saved me a lot of tears had I never trusted her. Are you my sister? My mom tried her damnedest to brainwash my sister I into thinking my dad was an awful human being. She was successful in that with me until she kicked me out of the house at, freshly, 19, in the middle of the night with no money and nowhere to go. I quickly learned that she was projecting. My dad's stepmom are absolutely wonderful people who put up with so much shit from me. I'm grateful for them, their love and their forgiveness every single day. My ex tried to take my youngest from me with poison words too. My ex abandoned my youngest when they were 17. When my ex started dating again, a kid was inconvenient apparently. My youngest needed medical attention and my ex couldn't be bothered, so the hospital called me in desperation, and also called CPS too. This gave me an in to give context to my child, to give my side. We are so close now and I am so grateful for being given an opportunity to have a relationship with my youngest again. Your post made me almost cry, Ty, for sharing. To all of y'all that know your parent only through the ice words of the other parent, yeah, they may be just the person they say they are, but they may not be. Find out for yourself. Don't marry Jeff. Hug dad more. I feel that. Holy shit. Here's what it'd do. First, it'd show him my college id pic that I took at 18 years old. I'm 23 now, so the image looks enough like me and him for him to understand and believe her who I am. Then it'd shout slowly but as loud as I can, Dad, PanCan 2017. Hopefully he'd look up what PanCan is, and see that it refers to pancreatic cancer. 2017 is the year he got diagnosed with stage 4, he died 2 years later, but if we had checked even earlier we might have detected it sooner and at a smaller stage, he may have survived. I was 13 in 2012, so it'd have 5 years to make a difference. Hope I was smart enough at 13 where if this scenario had occurred I could have done something about it. If not, well, at least I'd know how much time I had left with him. Definitely could've appreciated him more. He was the best dad in the goddamn world. Edit. Teresa Pancan walk occurring in multiple cities across the US next Saturday, April 30th. You don't even have to walk, you can just donate to pancan.org if you're so inclined. Thanks for all the upvotes and awards. That sounds devastating. Pancreatic cancer is the worst. It is practically impossible to catch it before it is too late. It is usually not symptomatic until it is stage 4. Still, it is a nice thought to even dream about catching it early enough to save his life. That's what made me angriest about my dad getting pancreatic cancer. It wasn't up until right at the end that there were signs. My dad apparently had known the year before, but they discovered he was already terminal. So he quietly kept it to himself and was fine for a whole year, and then one day he was on the floor screaming in agony and vomiting up blood, and less than 2 months later he was gone. You can't even have the fantasy of what if we saw the signs earlier, because there practically are none. Grinning, brush your teeth. Yes. Not because my teeth are horrible, but I could have avoided a lot of unnecessary dental work if I had just taken better care of my teeth. My problem was I brushed too hard and not up and down. Wore the enamel off the sides. Wish I'd got an electric toothbrush much earlier. Don't smoke, dumbass. Edit. Yes, I know, don't is technically 2 words when written out. But I'm not writing a letter or note to 13-year-old Chefenva, I would be speaking it out loud. And don't smoke, dumbass is 3 words when spoken. I told my dad this every single day growing up. I used to throw fits when I was a kid because I knew how bad it was for him, and I had watched my grandmother die from it at 64. He's made it to 73, but he virtually immobile due to COPD. My mom passed last week due to complications of COPD. I still am working through it. Give mom love. She would pass away a year later. Don't forget about. Listen here, you. Little piece of. Talk to people. Pretty sure with 3 German words you could write a short story. Die Bart, die. The Bart, the. Don't smoke cigarettes. Enjoy your childhood. Ha ha, you gay. Keep making music. Don't. Do. Heroin. Ada, I'm doing quite well. Better than I deserve tbh. Just 20 years behind where I would have been. But it's all good. Wouldn't trade what I have for anything. Ada 2: better than I deserve refers to all the shady shit I did for which I didn't get caught. And thank you so much for all the kind words. Everybody deserves happiness. But I've found that happiness is an inside job. Wear a condom. What's the kid's name? Herpes frown. Nat? Nat has herpes. People love you. Those times were rough. In the way only a stranger can, I love you, take care. I love you. Nobody else was saying it to me and meaning it. You have ADHD. Spent most of my life thinking I was crazy and a special kind of broken. It turned out to be just garden variety ADHD. I was only diagnosed at 26. Edit. Since this comment unexpectedly blew up, I figured I'd take this opportunity to share some of my favorite helpful stuff I found. How Toad's Myths video and Wall of Awful. Seriously, just watch the whole channel. Connor DeWolf TikTok compilation. Surprisingly good info. And he has a YouTube channel too. But I just really love this vid. Ali Wardsology's podcast episode with Dr. Russell Barkley. And lastly, an interactive guide to help when everything is awful and I am not okay. This is the original post that was based on. It has a printable PDF too. Yes, Kimmy, California. My sister wanted to move to California near where I was living. My life was really complicated at the time and I really discouraged it. My marriage was a mess and I was afraid it would make it worse. She stayed where she was. About a year later she was killed by a drunk driver. My marriage ended. I would do literally anything to still have my sister here. I'm so sorry for your loss. I understand how you must feel responsible for her death. There's no telling what would have happened if she had moved to California though. In a parallel universe, maybe she did move near you and was killed by a drunk driver there, And you feel responsible for her death because you didn't stop her from moving. It wasn't anyone's fault except for that driver. I hope you can eventually find peace and feel less guilt, even though that's easier said than done.